Hey you, it's Reese. And this is a video. I don't know how detailed I'm gonna get or how long this video is gonna be. I'm just prayed to the Lord and said, whatever you want them to know about, this transition, this experience, just speak through me, so I can get whatever word or message to them that you want them to have. So, this is just a little bit about our move. From Dallas, Texas to Georgia. We are very close to Atlanta, but we are not in Atlanta, Georgia, but we are in Georgia. And I knew God's been talking to me for some months, and I mean months, about Atlanta, but it didn't click. It never clicked. And then when it did start clicking, I was like, okay, you're going to have me move at this time. Got it. Okay. Understood. I have this much time to, whatever. Because then, he told me to start saving at a certain point in time. And I was like, okay, I have this many months to save because you're going to move me, after my classes are over, which my classes would have been over like the second week of May. And then my kids would have been out of school like the end of May. So I'm like, okay, yeah, end of May, June, that's when we're moving. That was not the case. It was a very quick move, and this other girl did a prophetic word on very quick move, and I'm like, you ain't never lied, because I already did it. So it was really quick, like it was out of nowhere kind of, and I'm like, wait a minute, you want us to move this week? Like, he blessed me with a car, a brand new car, a week before he had us move. Literally a week before he had us move. And I was like, okay. So I first got the word, the unction to move, and I knew I was going to be moving that following week after we got the car, but I didn't know the day until I think a day before, or the weekend before he said we were moving. So Friday is when I knew that we would be moving Monday. And so again, it was really quick, and I wasn't about to lose him. I wasn't about to be caught up, hanging around in the back. No, you said move. Okay, it's time to move. And I got together what I needed to get together, and I met his deadline. I wasn't about to stall, or I didn't know exactly where we were going. I knew the area that we were going to because he revealed, so many things to me in dreams and visions and other prophetic words, and, and just in the spirit, but I didn't know exactly where we were going. So we came to Georgia, and with a quickness and a hurry. No one knew except my kid's father. And yes, they could have stayed with him, but I knew they were supposed to be with me. So any of you that watch this video and you're like, well, where's their dad and where they daddy at? Dad's there. Dad talks to them every day, and they could have stayed with dad, but I knew they were supposed to be with me. Even though we are in the situation we're in, they're supposed to be with me. This is developing their faith. They're already starting their faith walk at this very young age. So I pray to God they will not have to go through it again, because as long as they stay on this walk, they've already put in their blood, sweat, and tears. So, and it's building their character, it's building their hope and their faith and their trust in the Lord. And they're getting to experience him for themselves at this young age. So for any of you that are going to come on this video and talk about God wouldn't let you be homeless, because I haven't said that in this video yet, I've said it in a few other videos. We are homeless right now. We are transitioning back and forth between the car and the hotel until God places us where he's going to place us. I've had plenty of breakdowns, like I can't do it. I don't know who you thought I was, but I'm not who you think I am, because I can't do this. And I keep hearing hold on, and he sends me different prophetic words about holding on and not giving up, and different songs and stuff. And so it's been tough. It's been tough on your girl. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna see her and act like everything is peachy cream. And we're homeless, but he has been providing. But there are times where I'm like, are you gonna provide? When are you gonna provide? Are you gonna provide after the fact? Are you gonna provide before the fact? What are you doing? So this is definitely testing my faith. This is definitely strengthening my faith muscles. And I'm definitely going to flex them after, he gets done with this. I'm going to straight up flex my faith muscles. But for any of you that may come on here and say God will not put you in the situation you're in, my aunt even said, you don't have to torture yourself to walk with God. I'm not torturing myself. I'm being obedient. And as Pastor Darius Daniel said in his last sermon, I think last Sunday after Easter, talking about the sixth sense. I definitely have a sixth sense, which is the Spirit. I am led by the Spirit. I have the unctions. I have the impressions in my spirit, even when he doesn't give me dreams, visions, or speak to me. He's leading me. I know where he's leading me. So, yes, my kids are supposed to be with me. Yes, we're safe. Yes, it sucks. But I am being obedient and I am following his lead, and I am not reaching out to anyone for help. I am letting him guide us, and I am letting him provide. And when I do reach out for help, it's only because he has allowed me to do so and given me confirmation that I could reach out for help. Other than that, he wants me to lean completely on him and whoever he uses to help us while we're in this process, in this season of our life right now. But the Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years with their families. That includes children and babies. When they escaped and left Egypt and walked through the Red Sea, they had to do that with their children and babies. Yes, little ones. They had to go through that. So for any of you that are going to say God would not have you homeless, at least not with your children, read your word some more, get a deeper relationship with God. He'll give you revelation, and don't be so quick to say what God would not have you do. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say on that. I know what my Father is calling me to do, where he's calling me to. If any of you want to disagree, that is perfectly fine, but it will fall on deaf ears when it comes to me. Okay? Okay. So, anyway, I pulled my kids out of school. They, thank God, were on spring break the week that we left. So, excuse me, they didn't miss any school from that aspect because they were on spring break when we left. And he pulled me out of school. Like, I didn't want to go. I was almost done with, 2 classes that I was taking. And I'm like, you're not pulling me out of school right now to leave. I'm going to have to take these classes again. Like, I'm almost done. You would not do that to me. He did. I got to take those 2 classes again. One of them was math, and I hate math because I'm bad in it, but I'm like, he don't care. When it comes to his will, his purpose, and his kingdom, it's not that he doesn't care about you, but he don't care how you feel about it, what you're going through. Like, he loves you, and he knows what's best for you, so he's like, you'll get over it. And you can be upset right now, but you'll get over it. I just need you to do what I'm telling you to do. So yeah, we left while the kids were on spring break. I had to drop my classes because, I wasn't able to stay or finish them online. So, it is what it is. I got to take those classes again. But we are out here, and he's been guiding. He's been speaking. He's been sending me to do things that does not make any sense. He's been having me repeat things that doesn't make any sense. He's like, I have literally depended on him alone. And the times that I did throw my hissy fits and cried and screamed and shouted, said I couldn't do this, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. He has sent resources because I told him, make a way of escape because I'm not doing it. And he has. But I knew that wasn't his perfect will for me. So I didn't accept them. I didn't, reach out to them because I'm like, this isn't what you have for me. This isn't what you want for me, but you are allowing me to give up, in essence. And you're giving me this way out. But I don't want that. I don't want to settle for his goodwill. I want his perfect will. So I'm holding on as he's been telling me to, because I keep hearing, hold on. So I'm holding on. But yeah, and there was one time where I was like, I'm not doing it. You need to put some money in my account. I'm about to drive to my mom's, or, I'm about to call my friend. And I have places to go. I have people to help. It's not like we're just stuck out here with no one. We are out here depending on him only, because that's what he's calling us to do. He's testing our faith. He's giving us this chance. He's giving me this chance to choose him. He's letting me prove my love to him by being obedient in something that is hurting, something that is frustrating, something that I don't have to do. I don't have to be in this situation. I don't have to be in this situation. But I'm choosing to be in this situation because this is where he has led me to, so that he can see my love for him. And he's testing my faith, and he's strengthening me, and he's pulling things from me, and he's also building me up. So there's so many different things he's doing in this season that you honestly wouldn't understand unless you walked that walk with him. And he's also allowing me to do this walk with my children, so they can be ready, set, and established when they get older, which is a huge blessing. And they've been champs, man. My kids, they get frustrated sometimes, and I think they mainly get frustrated because I'm frustrated, but they haven't really complained. They go to school every day like ain't nothing wrong, like they didn't just wake up in a car and go use the gas station bathroom to wash themselves up for school and stuff. Sometimes, we're eating, cup of noodles to save, and, when we're not eating cup of noodles, it's TV dinners, but, you get tired of that stuff. Most of the foods we're eating right now is microwavables. I've gained some weight, and I'm pissed because I can't do my daily workout, and, I'm not about to just be working out without being able to shower. So, I keep my movements and my activities limited right now. Not to mention the foods we have to eat, because of the season that we're in. So I've gained a little bit of weight back, and I'm like, Lord, I've been working out on like couple months or a couple weeks shy of a year straight. You took me off my routine. Like, I need you to come on with this so I can get back to working out. But it's been hard. It has not been easy. It's been hard. And I kept hearing, you have to embrace the process. And I'm like, embrace homelessness? What? Embrace being homeless in the car with your kids? How do you embrace something like that? And I told him, I don't think I can ever embrace this. If you're waiting to pull me out of this situation until I embrace it, I might have to wander the wilderness for 40 years, which I really don't want to, but I really don't see myself ever embracing being homeless. Now, there's days where I'm fine, and I'm like, washed up, we're all ready. We're all ready for the day before 8 a.m., which is better than it was when we were actually, living somewhere. But I'm like, how do you expect me to embrace this? I can't embrace this. Like, I'm walking, I'm trying not to complain and murmur and stuff, but I don't see how you want me to embrace it. But then one day, a couple days ago, I got the revelation: walk boldly in your process. Be courageous in your process. So it's not necessarily, okay, God, I agree with this. Okay, God, this is, I like being homeless. I like being in a situation. It's not necessarily about that. It's about limiting your complaining and focusing on him. And there's been plenty of times I've had to straighten up and refocus on him because it was hard. And I'm like, it's hard to not focus on my circumstances right now and just focus on you. And I'm still dealing with that a little bit right now, just remaining focused on him and not my circumstances. But to walk boldly and confidently in my process, which means, I'm homeless. And when I go in the gas stations and I wash up for the morning And I don't walk in there with my head down or hurry up and try and get to the bathroom before anyone sees me and stuff. No, I walk in there, hey, good morning. And if I don't say hey, well, I really don't say good morning, but you know, I look up and I look at my surroundings, and I don't try to not have any eye contact with anyone and run straight to the bathroom so that people don't see me. It's more like, you see me, and I'm gonna give you a smile. So it's about the confidence. It's about knowing where you are in this season of your life, and whether it's tearing you apart or not, you're still walking confidently and boldly in it. So to me, that was a revelation that I got. To embrace the process is walk boldly in it. Be courageous. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people say. It's none of their business anyway. And it's funny because the psalm he gave me in a vision, or was it a dream? I think I was in between sleep. I think I was praying and falling asleep. And he gave me Psalm 56, which is basically, you know, I fear no man. But, you know, who do I have to fear? And I kept wondering, why did he give me that psalm before we came here? It was before I even knew I was coming here. And then I'm like, when I got the revelation to walk boldly and confidently, I'm like, oh, Psalm 56. Don't care what other people think. Don't care what they're saying. If someone says you can't use the restroom anymore, okay, thank you. If someone is calling the Cobb County inspector on you and your kids because they're, you know, wondering why you keep coming in and out of their gas station, and I say that because I think that was done because he's been out there twice. If the cops come to your window and is wondering why you and your kids are sleeping in the car, Satan. Which he gave me a dream about that before it even happened. So when it happened, I was, you know, calm and level-headed and just kind of like, you know, okay, yeah, you know, I totally understand your concern and all this other stuff, and, you know, take your resources, thank you, but I knew I wasn't supposed to use those resources because God has me relying on him and his resources, not the resources of man. Whoever he sends to me, whoever he brings to me, or whatever he sends to me. And, you know, if you have CPS or whatever they're called out here checking up on you and your kids, I fear no man, you know. And what happened with that? Nothing happened with that because my kids are clean. They're fed. They're smiling. They're goofing off in the freaking store. So you could, they're not being neglected. They're not being mistreated, abused, or anything like that. Like, they're fine. They might be a little bit traumatized by this experience, as am I. But, you know, other than that, we talk about God, we pray, and we talk about the situation. I don't keep things from them. They know what's going on. And when I have my breakdowns, I break down in front of them so they know this walk is not easy. The narrow road is not a cake walk. I am telling you. Anyone that says they've been blessed by the Lord and they have gone from glory to glory and went through it like, you know, nothing happened, you should have a testimony if that was God. Because if you don't have a testimony, that most likely was not God. So I'm just letting you know. But it's been hard. It's been hard, and it's been, you know, it's been an experience, and it's not over yet. But I keep praying, and I keep praying for strength that I don't give up. I keep praying for strength that, you know, keep us protected, and, you know, give me the strength to just keep having the faith and the hope that he is going to come through in his own time. And sometimes I'm like, God, please let your time be my time. Let your time be my time. You know, and right now is my time. I think now is the time. I think we're done now. I think I'm good. I think I've learned all the things you intended for me to learn in this season. I think my kids have learned, because we've been tested. There's, you know, and it'll just make this video longer, but we've definitely been tested. And there's been a few times where I'm like, I think that was an angel, or I know that was a test, or whatever the case is. He's had me wake up, you know, early in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, to be a watchman, and then start praying over his people that I'm seeing, that I never would have seen if we weren't in the car, that I never would have had a chance to pray and intercede for if we weren't in the car. that I wouldn't be thinking so heavily and thinking, oh wow, this is something they could use, this is something they could have, this is something I could carry with me to give out to them to be a blessing once we're out of this situation. I never would have experienced and had any of those ideas had he not brought us to this place and in this season. So that's just a little bit about our out-of-state move with no job. I don't have a job. I don't have the income I have coming in is very limited income. We are on food stamps right now, and thank God for food stamps, because then the kids would be hungry. My bills are backed up. My car notes due for my new car, have not paid that. And it's funny because my credit score is just maybe 20 points or so shy from where it used to be when it was up, when it was really good. I probably got maybe 40, 50 more points to go. Needless to say, my credit score where it's at now should not be where it's at, with my credit cards being over the limit, actually. And this new car, an increase on my credit, and now overdue on my credit cards and my other bills. But I'm not about to stress out about this, because those aren't my issues. He gave me this car, he told me to go get it, so I got it. This is his issue. Me not being able to pay those bills because he has not called me back to work yet, that's his issue. Because believe you me, I want to work. I want steady income coming in. I know I'm getting a check every 2 weeks or whatever, but he has not called me back to work yet. So these are his issues, not mine. I'm not about to stress myself over it. I'm not doing it to myself. I got enough to worry about with us being in the car. So I pray that this uplifts whoever watches it. I pray it encourages you. This is very uncommon to me. I haven't really seen any other testimonies where people are homeless in the car with their kids. I've seen, people staying with other people, and people being in hotels and stuff. But this is, if you are one that you're homeless with the kids, too, hit my inbox or in the comments and let me know, and I'll be praying for you and you pray for me. But yeah, I'm not sure of any, I haven't seen any other testimonies where that you're homeless with the kids as well, living in the car. But again, I pray that this video reaches whoever it needs to reach, and it touches whoever it needs to touch, and it encourages you to keep going. And don't be down on yourself if you have those give up, breakdown moments, those meltdowns. Just seek his face after you've thrown your little hissy fit. Apologize, repent, and just ask him to give you the strength and give you his perspective, how he wants you to see things. That's one of the questions I had to ask in this process is, okay, God, let me stop focusing on my circumstances and let me focus on what you're focusing on. What do you want me to see? Who do you want me to see? What do you want me to see? What are the lessons I'm supposed to be learning in this season? I've got a few lessons, but I know you're wanting me to know more. So what am I supposed to be seeing? Who am I supposed to be seeing? And then that's when I started seeing all the people that are actually living in their cars. People that are walking around that don't necessarily look homeless, but they are homeless. People that are walking late at night, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, screaming and crying at the top of their lungs, throwing themselves all along the sidewalk because they're fighting demons. People that are on the phone screaming and crying because they're in the middle of a divorce, and they feel, if the person hated them so much, why didn't they just leave them beforehand? And why are they doing all these things to them? The divorce is bad enough. Why are they making things so much harder? And they're tired of waking up every morning feeling the way they feel. I never would have got to pray for Thank Jesus. Pray for them. Talk to them. Give them, some, actually, I didn't give any of my testimony. I just listened, and I prayed, and I hugged, and I comforted. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have seen them if it wasn't for this season that we are in right now. So, that's all I got for you guys on this video. I don't think there's anything else he wants me to share at this moment in time. I will keep you posted. I will keep you updated on what's going on as he allows me to, because he actually just allowed me back on YouTube. It's been over a month, maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've posted any videos, and that's because he took me off of YouTube and called me to a season of silence. So yeah, I pray this video does whatever it needs to do for whoever watches it. And again, I'm praying for you. Pray for me, and get ready to share those testimonies. Get ready to share those testimonies, because we are here to represent him, and what he does through us and how he blesses us is for us to share when he calls you to, because sometimes he doesn't always call you to share right away. But it's to represent him, and it's to gather his children, to bring them back home, or to bring them home if they never knew him. Okay, so thanks for watching, and remember, until next time, God loved you then. No matter what you did back then, he loves you now. No matter what you're doing right now, and he'll love you in the future. No matter what you may do in the future, God loves you, and he calls you righteous. So be righteous, stay righteous, keep fighting the good fight. Hold on, hang in there, hold on. All right, and I am out. Bye.